Hello everybody, I'm Walsh,
I'm Brad.
and welcome to the long-promised Destiny discussion video. In this video we're going to tell you what we know about the game so far, and
our opinions of it.
yeah, we're going to talk about stuff we want to see in it, and stuff we hope to see in it, and stuff they won't put in it and we'll be disappointed.
Great start.
Anyway, this game was actually unveiled in November. We kind of knew it was a project for a while, probably because hackers and stuff there.
I'm going to admit, I didn't have a clue about it. The first thing I heard about it was the other day.
A friend of mine posted the screenshots to me. Posted them to me. No. he didn't post them to me. He linked them to me at some point, and I was like, oh, that's like Warhammer. But yeah, the PS4 reveal, there was a big loads of stuff about it, and it was basically, because it's Bungie's next game, it was a big finger to Microsoft, essentially.
Yeah, because now, Microsoft had a big part in Bungie until they sort of sold, Bungie sold Halo franchise or something at Halo 4. So now that it's on the PlayStation as well as the Xbox, it looks like Bungie are branching out a little bit more, which is, even though I'm an Xbox gamer, it is a good thing, because maybe they'll be a bit more, I don't know what I was going to say.
Adventurous.
Adventurous.
They'll have a lot more room.
Yeah, they could do other things now.
Yeah. I should point out as well, after the last Halo game that Bungie did, they actually got together and decided that the entire company was working on Destiny. So it's not like just one part of it.
Oh, really?
The whole company's been working on Destiny for,
So it's been like a pretty huge project.
I don't know how many years, yeah. So the game is not just going to be one game, it's going to be a full series, as you would expect from Bungie. They do big series.
I've heard that apparently it's going to be at least 4, but obviously we can never really know.
Yeah, whichever, it's going to be over at least 10 years, because they've got a contract with Activision. Oh, God. And so essentially a contract with Blizzard.
Yeah,
really.
That's true, actually. So they could get some MMO help from that.
Yeah,
well,
that's
MMO
true.
aspects help.
Although I think Bungie will be like, no, we're doing it. Number 7 has to be everywhere. Because of the time it's coming out, it's going to be what's supposed to be on the current gen consoles and the next gen consoles. So, including from the gameplay we've seen, they're not really pushing the graphics too much, at least on the first game. Who knows, maybe when the PS4 and the 720 come out, they'll actually release maybe updated versions.
I'm interested in how it's gonna work, because if I've on my Xbox, if I've got a big saved game and I put loads of hours into it, and then I just go on my new console and everything's gone, I'm gonna be a bit pissed off. So it'd be interesting to see how they do that.
Well, at least with the Xbox, we use cloud saves now,
So
they'll probably just use the cloud saves to your account.
Right, so before we tell you about what we know about the actual gameplay, we'll start with the story. And from what we've found out so far, something's happened to humanity when we were in some sort of a technological golden age. So I imagine we were like on different planets and things like that.
Yeah.
And something's happened which has wiped out humanity, and no one seems to remember it. But some very large floating ball called the Traveller has protected us, and then I assume gone offline or something, and we don't know much more about it.
Everybody's living in a city under the Traveller, which is just a giant floating ball. And the city is aptly named The Last City. And your character is a guardian of the city, and humanity at this stage, it's 700 years in the future, by the way, we didn't mention that, and they're just starting to branch out back into space and stuff, but suddenly aliens, because you need something to fight. Essentially, that's
it wouldn't be very good if you
as
just
far,
go around building
as far as
society.
no, as far as we're aware, that's the only reason there are aliens around.
Anyway, that's all we know about the story at the moment. So the game itself is going to be a first-person shooter, but it looks like an RPG as well. But it also seems to have aspects of an MMO while not being an MMO.
Yeah,
it seems a bit unique. It's a weird one, really. I'm not really maybe it's just because we don't know much about it. It might be something else that we've seen before, but it seems totally different to any other kind of game.
From what they've explained to us, it's you jump into your game and you'll log on straight away. It's only online, and other players will be dropping in and out of your game. So your game session is essentially like an instance world, almost like a mini server.
Yeah.
But obviously your friends can jump in, and I'm not sure if you can set up private worlds or anything, but that seems to be how it's going to go. So it seems like it's pretty open world, and you can just roam around the solar system if you're not doing the main story.
Yeah, there seem to be on the menu. that the show does. There seem to be like raids and dungeons and things like that. So I don't know whether there's a hub that you all go and sit in and then you do them, or you just do the raids and dungeons from like a main menu.
Well, they also mentioned that there's going to be a base. You have a base of operations where all the players can meet up and party up and stuff.
So like a main city then.
Yeah, almost. But I think it'll be more like I don't know. Like a little space station or something that you go and sit in.
Just have a chat.
Have a beer. And the way they explain it is you'll go there and then you'll be like, oh, hi you, I've never met you before. Let's go do something, which from my experience works very rarely in games.
Yes. And then they'll end up putting in like a dungeon finder and it'll ruin the community of the game.
With them trying to give it MMO aspects, they've tried to keep it so that casual gamers can play it, because, MMOs generally pretty hardcore.
Especially towards the end.
Yeah. And what they've tried to do is keep it so that people at the end of the games, like, I don't know, loot system or whatever, can still play with people at the start. So I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure if it'll detract from how important loot becomes and stuff.
When they're doing a system like that, there's always the worry that it could like devalue loot. Because if you work really hard to get something from a raid or whatever, we assume raids are going to be in this, and then you're like playing with your friends and they're low level and you're just pretty shit, even with your like top gear, then it might devalue it. People might not be too bothered about it, but I imagine they'll probably come up with something to make that not happen.
But I can see the appeal of it, because with Borderlands, for example, there was always the aspect of I don't want to play with a certain friend because their character is level 2. or level 10 or whatever, and my character is level 50 and there's no point. So I can definitely see the appeal of it. It's just, will it detract from the overall experience?
We shall see in time.
So let's talk a bit about the RPG aspects. So we already know there's going to be loot, which is always good. We love loot.
And level ups.
Presumably level ups, yeah.
So that's already us hooked.
Which means upgrades. We want upgrades.
Lots of upgrades.
I want to be able to spec my character to be able to do things that other people can't because they haven't spec'd it that way.
Yeah.
That's always a thing.
So everyone's like literally specialised. That's what spec means.
Yeah.
So if you were in a party with someone, it wouldn't just be like everyone's just there holding a gun and it's exactly the same experience for everyone.
At the same time, I don't really want a class system.
You're a bit pushy, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
here's what I want, nothing else.
I see. I'd like to be able to spec my character differently, but I don't want it to be necessary to have someone in the party with you if you're doing certain things. I mean, raids and dungeons, I kind of get that you need a tank and a healer, but at the same time, because I won't be playing, I assume I won't be playing this game hardcore with a guild, essentially. I'm going to want to be able to play it with whoever's online with whatever characters they have.
I'm a little bit worried that we're thinking it's too MMO-y, because I'm not really sure there's going to be dungeons that require tanks and healers and this stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I just imagine it's going to be like a group of friends shooting stuff, but...
Yeah, I hope so.
I think it might even be a little bit like Borderlands. Not like Borderlands, but more like Borderlands than World of Warcraft, for example.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be. It's a first-person shooter. First-person shooter with loot. What do you think? Borderlands, immediately.
Exactly, yeah. What do we know about the loot system?
We know very little. We know there are named, like, weapons and stuff, which I assume to be legendaries. But that's about it. That's literally it.
Is that all we know?
Yeah, I don't even know if armor is, like, lootable. I assume it is. It's not just an appearance thing like it was in Borderlands.
So, if not armor, then literally only guns, I imagine.
Yeah, it won't be. It can't be, because for them to do it only guns, they'd have to do a Borderlands thing and put bazillions of guns in. And they're not going to do that, because it seems like a really, really serious game.
Well, on the screenshots, on the presentation thing, it showed like 4 or 5 different looking people. Yeah. And I imagine that you don't just click to look like that. That's probably customized from armor and whatnot.
We know that you can upgrade your ship and get new ships, which means it's probably not just a first-person shooter. There's probably an aspect of traveling between the planets.
And maybe space battles.
Space battles. So you can blow up your mates in, like, dogfights and stuff. That would be pretty cool.
I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to blow you up so fucking much.
Great. I can just see it now. We're gonna get on and set an objective for the day or something, like somewhere to go, something to raid, and just end up in space chasing each other, shooting at each other.
Right then, with everything we know about it so far, obviously there's going to be a lot more announced, probably quite soon actually, because with it being at the PlayStation thingy. Are you excited about it?
Yes, very. I mean, we've been missing a new sci-fi franchise for a while.
Hmm.
I mean, everything seems to be at the end of its life cycle, and this seems like a great thing. If it's combining sci-fi and RPG, it's like heaven.
Yeah. And it's by Bungie, who did a pretty good job with Halo.
Yeah.
And with it being not just one game that's going to be coming out, with the planning to make 3, 4, who knows what else. It's something that if you know you like it, you're not going to be thinking, God, I hope they make another one. It's going to be, can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sounds like something that me and you could just kill a lot of time on and just play whenever we're bored.
Maybe even make some videos.
Maybe. Sorry.
Whoa!
So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I hope it does sound as good as I've hyped it up to be in my head.
Yeah.
We could be totally wrong.
Yeah, we could get on and there's like 5 guns to find.
If anyone's made it this far through and they know more about it than us, they're going to be like, they've already prepared a big speech like, you are so wrong about this game.
Feel free to completely correct us and inform us. Bear in mind that we released this just after the PS4 thing, so if you're from the future, you probably already know more about us, and your comment will be talking to people from the past, and it's pointless, so shut up.
I've been more impressed that they've managed to time travel and comment.
No, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. So if you have anything to correct us on, or even if you just want to discuss it with us and tell us what you think, please feel free to comment in the YouTube comments. Why did I say that? or you can tweet us. Or Facebook us. We'll leave those in the link below. If you have anything else to input, guys, please feel free. And would you like any final words, Matthew?
I'll see you on bloody Tuesday.
Oh yeah, by the way, sorry for not making videos in a while. I've been swamped, I love that word, by assignments at university.
And I've been sitting about playing video games, because that's what I do.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
I hate my life.